You see, your thoughts are either helping you or they're hurting you. They're either propelling you forward or they're holding you back. And some of you have been thinking negative thoughts for so long that you don't even realize it anymore. I mean, it's just natural for you to see the world through some bitter, cynical, and skeptic lens. And for some of you, the glass isn't half empty, it's completely empty. And I hate to say it, but law school isn't helping you. As lawyers in training, it's especially difficult for you to train your mind to think positively for success, because your entire legal education is training you to think like a lawyer, which often means to not trust anything or anyone and to always be thinking of the worst possible situation. I mean, before law school, when you saw a small child climbing to the top of a playground slide, you probably thought, oh wow, look, a sweet child playing in the park on a beautiful day. But now that you're in law school, when you see that same small child, climbing to the top of a playground slide, you think, wow, I wonder who's going to be liable when that child falls to their death. I mean, is it going to be the mom who was chatting away on her cell phone instead of watching the child? Or is it going to be the manufacturer of the slide who, he might have had knowledge that the height of the slide poses safety risk for children but decided to manufacture it anyway? Or perhaps the owner of the park is liable for their negligence and properly inspecting the sturdiness of the ladder leading to the top of the slide. And if you're imagining yourself representing the child's family, you're then wondering, was this a private park or a public park? Is there a cap on damages, or was risk assumed? I mean, do you see how twisted your thoughts have become? I mean, law is the one profession where the pessimist has an advantage. I mean, seriously, there are studies that back this up. Think about it. It makes sense. Who do you want to write you a bulletproof, ironclad contract, right? Do you want the overly optimistic lawyer who thinks everything's going to turn out okay? Or do you want the pessimistic lawyer who can think of every horror situation possible? I don't know about you, but I'm hiring the pessimist. I mean, don't get me wrong. Learning to think like a lawyer is a valuable skill for practicing law, but it's a horrible skill for living life. And if you do not know when and where to apply this thinking skill, you're gonna make the mistake that many miserable attorneys make, and you're gonna apply it to all areas of your life, and then you'll ruin your relationships, you'll hate your life, and you're gonna be depressed. You see, focusing on the negative will also rob you of an important ingredient to success: optimism. Now, why is optimism important for success? Because optimism helps you persist when things get tough, and it helps you to quickly bounce back from failure. So while I want you to learn how to think like a lawyer and to critically analyze fact scenarios, that's important. If you want to enjoy law school in your life, I also want you to make sure that you understand that thinking like a lawyer is an important skill for law, but not for life. Your mind and your thoughts are so powerful. They're so powerful that they can either be your biggest ally or your worst enemy. And that's why if you want to achieve success, you have to carefully guard your mind. It's especially important in law school. Your life literally is what you think about all day long. I mean, your thoughts have the power to either uplift you or to hold you down.